I'd like to go through a few questions that I didn't give a chance to do. I think there's only about 6 or 7 of them. But I have to keep going in and out of essential assessment because the computer's not registering. For each question, I've just got to go in and out to answer it. Go to question 21. I think that's the next one. I've already answered this one. That was 10x plus 25. We already just did that one in class. Let's go to question 21. The equation for this graph. This one is a little bit tricky. Now, if you recall moving the graphs, I'm going to move the parent function from here. That's the y equals x squared curve. I'm going to move it to the right 4, and then down 6. Now, when you move something to the right 4, you replace the x with x minus 4. And down 6, just put a minus 6 there, and that will drop it down. And that's the third one. No, the second one. All right. All right, that's an interesting question. Got to go out and in. And answer it. The right 4 and down 6. A few other things you could have done here. You could have substituted different numbers to see which equation you'll get the right numbers. So if you substitute, say, 4, you should get -6 when you substitute 4 into there. I think the only one that would do that is, in fact, the second one. Right, which graph matches this? Oh, this is a circle with a radius of 3. X squared plus y squared equals 3 squared. So that's the first one. All right. Which graph matches this? Oh, when I don't open the sketch pad, I can go straight to the next move. But I will use the sketch pad because I don't think you've done this. This is called an exponential function. Now, y equals 3 to the power of x. Now, when x is 1, 3 to the power of 1 is 3. So that's the point 1, 3. When x is 2, y equals 3 to the power of 2, which equals 9. So that's the point 2, 9. All right, I think that's enough. Which graphs go through 1, 3 and 2, 9? Let's have a look. Not the first one that goes through, oh wait there, the first one does go through 1, 3. Not the second one, not the third one, and not the fourth one. Only the first one goes through 1, 3. An interesting point also, which you need a better understanding about indices, is that if you put a 0, 3 to the power of 0, whenever you have to the power of the index is 0, when the index is 0, you'll always get a 1. You can play around with that on a calculator. You'll find that the position 0, 1, it always has to cross through the point 1. So yeah, we're dealing with the first question here. Go in and out. Got to do this about 6 times to get through those last 6 questions. the first one. Circle, straight up. X squared plus y squared equals 4 squared. We've done circles. All right, this is a bit trickier. I'll do this sketch pad. 2x squared equals 14. Take the 2 across to be divided to. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now you take this square across to be plus and minus the square root. And so the answer is positive root 7 or negative root 7. So that's the first one. Nearly finished. 3 to go. We've done that one. 26. Okay, this is a little bit more tricky. What you could do is substitute. One way in level 8 is to replace the x with the number and the x with the number, and you should get a 0 when you substitute those numbers in. So if you put a 1 in there, you don't get a 0. So it's not the first one. If you put a 2 in there, 6, 4 is 24 minus 18, and that doesn't equal 0, so it's not the second one. If you put a 0 in there, oh, okay, you get a 0. Let's try 1.5. If you put a 1.5 in there, 1.5, let's see. 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25, because 15 times 15 is 225. Times that by 6. Get 13. And 9 times 1.5 is 13.5. Okay, so you also get, so it's the first one. It's the third one. Higher level algebra looks like this. 6x squared minus 9x, we want that to equal 0. So we factorize. There's a 3x in there. There's a 3x in there. That gets factorized out. This is 3x times 2x, so the 2x goes in here. This is 3x times 3, so that the 3 goes in there, and you put a minus between them. Now, x has to be a 0 to get a 0. We've got to have a 0 as one of the factors. Or if x is 1.5, you can get 2 times 1.5 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So you've got to get the two numbers that equal, make it a 0. I don't think I can choose that one. No, we've got one to go. And then we've finished. What is this one? One to go. X squared minus 8x plus 15. Now, what we could do to get 0, we want a 0, is if you substitute those numbers in for x, you've got to get a 0. So I think the answers are the last one. If you put a 5 in there, 25 minus 40 plus 15 equals 0, yes. So x is 5. And if you put a 3 in there, I'll just do another one. think if you put a 3 in there, you'll also get 0. 9 minus 24 plus 15 equals 0. That's true. So it's the answer is x equals 5 or x equals 3. The year 10 strategy is to factorize, and that is two numbers that multiply to give 1 is 1 times 1. Two numbers that multiply to give 15 is 3 times 5. They cross multiply, they add 3 plus 5 is 8, and we want a negative 8, so we want a negative 3 times a negative 5. So the brackets will be x minus 3, x minus 5 equals 0. Therefore, x has to equal a 3 or a 5. And so that is how you get it. And I think that's all we got. That's all we need to do. We've done everything else. So we just have to come back in here, choose that last answer. Which is this one, and then finish assessment, submit, and hopefully we didn't make any mistakes. Okay, 100, yay! All right, I hope this is helpful. Until next time, stay happy, huh?